A Guide to Success in British Politics, the Sir Reginald Twiffers Method, by K.R.M. Morgan. Dear reader, welcome to my humble yet opulent abode at the Melancholy Owl, a rather exclusive gentleman's club hidden in the heart of Mayfair, a place where the scent of aged whiskey lingers like a bad joke you prefer to forget but never can. Tonight, I, Sir Reginald Twiffers, your eminent guide to illicit political success, shall regale you with a tale or two, sprinkled with the wisdom I've amassed in the delightful, murky waters of British politics. Chapter 1. Building Your Foundation. First, let us discuss your foundation, my dear whimsical dreamers. One must start with the right schooling, and by right, I mean the prestigious Eton and any of the Oxbridge institutions. Money isn't necessarily a prerequisite. Charm and an excellent taste for fine wines will do the trick. A few well-timed connections at the university can do wonders. I, myself, managed to charm a few accountants over a remarkably splendid bottle of claret. A touch of flattery combined with the promise of insider leaks about tempting fiscal opportunities works like magic. Chapter 2. The Art of Deception. Now, let's get to the real meat of the matter, lies. My friends, one cannot simply climb the political ladder with honesty. Honesty is for upright citizens, not for us, who intend to rise to the occasion. One must weave a tapestry of confusion so intricate that your opponents will be out of breath trying to unravel it. Take, for instance, my infamous Bridges Over Troubled Waters initiative. By convincing the populace that I was generously donating taxpayer money to upgrade significant infrastructure projects, I pocketed $50 million in kickbacks from those firms who received the contracts. Of course, I directed the consulting funds to questionable offshore accounts while the infrastructure upgrades remained whimsically unfinished. Chapter 3. The Blackmail Advantage. Next, we find ourselves knee-deep in a rather delightful technique known as blackmail, a charming yet sophisticated tool. After all, most politicians are like crabs in a barrel. You simply need to ensure you're the one with their claws tightly wrapped around their necks. A personal favorite of mine involved a rather zealous colleague, Jeremy Proust. Prancing about with his moral upstanding facade, Jeremy found himself oafishly tangled up with a local model who had a thing for strings of diamonds. Equipped with a few well-placed photographs and a bottle of vat-grown vodka, I convinced him to back a bill for subsidizing my lavish lifestyle under the umbrella of community wellness. Jeremy was none the wiser. Neither were the voters, and I've continued filling my coffers splendidly. Chapter 4. Inside Deals and Lunches. Insider deals, where the real magic happens. Whispers behind closed doors are the keys to your political kingdom. Lunch meetings in plush, overstuffed armchairs are imperative. I recommend the Cavendish, a perfect spot where nothing is sacred and discretion is the oil coursing through the machinery of corruption. You see, dear reader, lunch isn't merely for sustenance, it's for scheming. Invite the right people, construction magnates, lobbyists, and tax consultants, over heaps of lobster and champagne. Unbeknownst to them, I'm always 5 steps ahead. What's better than a hefty budget for a non-existent town square, where a jaunty statue of yours truly can be erected? You get the taste of glory, comforted by the masses who believe you're their humble servant. Chapter 5. Living Lavishly from Taxpayers' Tares. And we mustn't forget the crown jewel of this entire endeavor, living off the taxpayers. I've amassed a collection of properties, luxurious cars, and a particularly striking yacht that could easily pass for a floating palace, thanks to the loving support of the common folk. Why else do you think taxes always go up while services decline? At the end of the day, when I sink into my plush armchair beside a roaring fire, clutching a hefty glass of scotch, I am reminded of my greatest achievement, soaking the populace while pretending to bring them comfort. Envoy your wealthy future. So, dear would-be political puppet masters, as you contemplate stepping into this vast arena of deceit, remember my humble guide, nurturing lies, mastering blackmail techniques, and indulging in insider trades while you laugh heartily from atop your gilded throne, courtesy of your adoring gullible taxpayers. Join me in toast, a salute to the politics of prosperity, chaotic, corrupt, and oh so perfectly delicious. With a bit of charm and a well-timed sip of the good stuff, the world could be your oyster, or, at the very least, a rather lucrative clamshell. Here's to you and your future of endless possibilities. Cheers! The Right Honourable Sir Reginald Twiffers features in the Tavish Stewart Adventures available now on Amazon and all good bookshops.